surges shocked audiences around the world. The pandemic hammered Ecuador's largest city so hard and suddenly that the local healthcare system collapsed in a matter of days.
In Guayaquil, we suffered one of the largest problems of coronavirus worldwide. The number of respiratory patients in our hospitals increased by over 20 times. The death toll went 10 times over our average.
Guayaquil is a hot and humid port city on the Pacific coast. It is the capital of Guayas province, where the number of deaths in April alone was far higher than the sum of all deaths during the first 6 months of 2019.
Mucha gente no alcanzaba ni siquiera a llegar a los hospitales, muchos morían o en el trayecto o algunos directamente en sus hogares y había que reaccionar, había que ayudar.
That reaction came in the form of aid from civilian organizations. Retailers chipped in with food and supplies while banks donated money. It was all sent to NGOs that worked with local authorities. The goal was to feed the poor so they could stay at home.
Y me parece que ese es el único camino, la solidaridad, la perseverancia, el poder trabajar en función del objetivo común.
Wilson Marino lives in Quito. He leads an organization that educates kids with cancer. During the pandemic, he put his heart and soul into helping families in need. He collected food and supplies for Guayaquil.
Y para ello creamos una plataforma de voluntariado virtual que ha permitido que miles de jóvenes se inscriban y participan de manera remota en solucionar problemas habituales en los hogares de los ecuatorianos. En el Ecuador, sin duda alguna, los más afectados han sido nuestros hermanos guayaquileños. Y es por eso que decidimos articularnos rápidamente y enviamos 10 toneladas de ayuda humanitaria de alimentos para las familias más pobres.
Gracias por ayudarnos a salvar vidas.
Los médicos, entre ellos estos respiradores, que van a servir para salvar varias vidas de nuestro país.
Meanwhile, bankers and companies like McDonald's partnered with doctors. Eduardo Ordocia is on the front line of the recently created Salvar Vidas organization. They collected over $9 million to fund medical supplies.
With those resources, Salvar Vidas has bought to date 5,000 of Bortra mechanic automatic ventilators, other 1,000 of high complexity ventilators for the intensive care units in many hospitals of the whole Ecuador.
Contamos ya con aproximadamente 20 doctores.
Volunteer doctors from surrounding cities packed their bags and moved temporarily to Guayaquil. They camped for weeks at the soccer stadium of their beloved Barcelona team.
La pandemia del COVID o coronavirus ha golpeado de manera muy dura diferentes partes.
Sports played a role in this. Councilman Hushmer is a well-known sportscaster. He recruited famous singers and soccer stars from Latin America and Spain to endorse a fundraiser platform online, which he launched to help the city.
Para ayudar a quienes más lo necesitan.
Entra ya a unidosporguayaquil.org y conoce cómo puedes ayudar.
La ciudad desde ya te da las gracias.
Unidos por Guayaquil es una iniciativa totalmente ciudadana, que lo único que hace es transformarse en un vehículo de ayuda, en donde te encuentres, en cualquier parte del mundo, de poder entregar tu aporte económico que se transforma directamente en alimentos de primera necesidad para formar kits alimenticios humanitarios familiares que son entregados por una única vía, que es la vía municipal.
The articulation of help from the private sector, NGOs, and local governments was of big help, mostly in the difficult task of bringing food to the people who couldn't go to work and didn't have an income during the isolation period.
Vice President Sonnenholzner was appointed to oversee the relief operation in Guayaquil. Once the crisis was over, he retired from the government.
With that help, we could visit over 2 million houses and bring food to their tables. These are houses that live below the poverty line and didn't have any income during the isolation period. This was of great help for fighting the coronavirus.
The city and the Minister of Health received hundreds of respirators, medications, and other supplies. And once the emergency was under control, it was time to give back. Guayaquil sent a team of local doctors and donated a large part of its stash to hospitals in Quito, hit by the coronavirus weeks after Guayaquil's worst days.